What I'm after here is just the juiciest, most succulent, gorgeous strips of chicken meat that makes your mouth go like this, like. Hey, it's Eric Kim. I'm a food columnist for the New York Times. I'm really excited to show you my Dak Bulgogi. It's a Korean barbecue chicken. It's a weeknight dinner, and I developed this recipe, after Christmas break, and I was cooking it for my parents and my family. And my mom came home from work one day. She was really tired and she was really hungry. I was like, hey, I've got some chicken marinating in the fridge. Do you want to taste my recipe? So I pan fried her some Dak Bulgogi, did the lettuce, did the sesame oil drizzle, salt, did the lemon. It's very fresh, proteiny rich vegetable. It has all the things you need. And she ate it and she said, 완벽해. She was like, it's perfect. Don't do anything else to it. So that's how I knew I was done with this recipe. It was mom approved. We're gonna make it in about 30 minutes. The art of building a Korean barbecue marinade. Let's just first prep our ingredients. You don't have to use this. If you wanted to use a bowl and cover it with plastic wrap, you could do that. There's something really satisfying about just letting it all happen here. With something like this, you can really make sure that all the ingredients are really touching the chicken. First off, scallions. The scallions aren't just gonna season the chicken, they're also gonna cook with the chicken in the end, and they're gonna be beautiful bites of greenery. These I'm gonna cut into kind of 3-inch batons, 1, 2, 3-ish. I like the way this looks. This is the worst definition of 3-inch. Yeah, I'm gonna do half of them like this and half of them. So we have some variety. This kind of confuses people, but I'm not like grating the ginger in. I want the flavor of the ginger to penetrate, but in like sort of a gentle, nuanced way. In order to release its flavors, I like to go around the edge and sort of just like, I want it to be big enough to fish out later. And the garlic, I'm just crushing it a little bit. Marinating bulgogi in a bag like this, it's just like so my childhood. We always had bags of like marinated meat in the fridge. I'm adding apple juice. It adds not just a little sweetness, and you're gonna get a nice caramel color on your chicken thanks to some of the sugar here, but I really do think it adds like a 상큼한, like fresh flavor, like a fresh, clean taste. Next is 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. This obviously adds salinity. This adds savoriness as well. It's sort of the flavor I associate most with bulgogi. Maple syrup is the perfect sweetener. We're also adding a little sesame oil. Soju, adding alcohol to a dish helps your nose smell the flavors in the food better. It really tenderizes the chicken. That's really the purpose of this ingredient. Oh, you can use sake. Marinade is done. Got a boneless chicken thigh. Look at the chicken, it tells you where to cut. There's always a third that wants you to cut it off already. And honestly, this is really delicious. I like this piece a lot. In order to make the meat chew in a tender way, I'm trying to make these lines shorter. That's what they call cutting against the grain. If I don't feel that the fat on the chicken piece is gonna render in the cooking process, meaning like melt into the pan, then I will cut it one more time. I'm gonna leave some of this fat because chicken fat in there is really good, and this is a pretty lean dish. I'm gonna finish the rest of the chicken while the line's going this way. I like to fold the bag over like this so that you can put stuff in there and not worry about like contaminating the top. And then what I do usually is I really like to make sure to squeeze out as much air as I can. This step is fun. You're just sort of, just kind of like zhuzhing it around. Put this on a pan like this, and actually, because it's gonna sit flat, I might store it like this, So you can marinate this for as little as 10 minutes and as much as 2 days. But I have to say, I really love the flavor of 10-minute marinated chicken. You'd be surprised at how juicy the chicken turns out. So the chicken's been marinated for 10 minutes. Non-stick skillet or cast iron skillet. You could use a stainless steel skillet, but because the marinade ingredients are there's like some sugar in there, you don't want it to burn. That's why I like using non-stick. And you don't need that much oil, just enough to lightly coat the bottom. I want this to be really searing hot. I call for olive or canola oil. I'm using olive oil. I want it to be like really freaking hot in the beginning because this is a pretty wet marinade, right? I'm gonna add about half of this, including some of the scallions. I don't want this to have too much moisture in here. We're trying to create browning. I'm just gonna do a layer of it. Lower the heat if you are getting some splatter. This is when you do like the splatter guard. Doesn't that smell amazing already? You should probably use tongs and adding some scallions in between. Lower the heat a little bit. Yeah, I should have used tongs, but wash your hands. You see how I left behind the marinade? I don't want the moisture to prevent the browning. I'm only letting this go for a minute without touching it, and then I'm gonna sort of stir fry it. Nice. Yummy. That's gonna taste so good. Look at that browning. So this is where you're seasoning the chicken with some salt and pepper, which really brings out all those flavors. After that first minute on the first side, the rest takes about 3 to 6 minutes, and you're just kind of, you know, stir frying it. Look at that color. There's some people in the comments of this recipe that are saying they're not getting this color, and I hope this video sort of helps you see how to get it. It's high heat. It's really letting it do its thing on that first side, even if you think it's like burning. This batch is ready. I want to clean out the pan before I do the second batch though. You could do the garlic and ginger, but it's already done the job in my opinion. That's pretty good, but not good enough to me. I find that this is the way to get the crust. You just leave it for a minute, and then after that you can start moving it around. But as soon as you get some browning, you'll be good. Oh, some of these pieces are charring nicely. So that's pretty good. Lower the heat, again, flames, but it's not like a bad thing to get a little fire. It is called bulgogi. Bul means fire, gogi means meat. Good browning on that. I like that. I like that too. You see those like licks of flames? Be careful for that at home, but that is how you know you're gonna get some good flavor there. It's done as soon as the outside is pretty like brown like this. You can tell because it doesn't feel like this raw meat anymore. It's not as soft as that. It's a little more firm, but it's still soft and juicy. I mean, these are just like the most delicious nuggets of goldenness, don't you think? It's like, who wouldn't want to eat this? So we're just gonna clear up and get some rice, some lettuce, and dinner's ready. Let's eat. I love this dish. There are many components that make it special, but in the same way that Korean barbecue, when you're at a restaurant, has all those condiments and all those little things, the extras, the accoutrements that make the final bite perfect, so too does this. The lemon is not optional. I didn't put it in the marinade because I wanted the fresh flavor of the lemon like at the very end to like hit you. One way I'd really like to eat like delicious lettuce like this is by drizzling it with a teeny bit of sesame oil and some salt. I'm just gonna show you how I would eat this. Landed on my rice, my perfect little TV rice. Jeannie, our culinary producer, just made such a beautiful pot of rice. Like, look how perfect that rice is. Maybe I'll do a little lemon. These are the finishing touches, you know? Mmm. It's so juicy, so yummy. Take a little rice. It's a savoriness that doesn't like punch you in the face. I'm gonna eat a scallion. Lovely. The lettuce is really important. Drag it through the chicken juices. Mmm. You can also make a little wrap. So if I'm feeding someone else, I'll, you know, turn this over. That's a really juicy freaking piece. Make you a perfect little bite.
Did you see it wrapped like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, it's a little messy. It's fun because like it feels like you're accidentally eating your vegetables. When people think of Korean food, they think it necessarily has to have like chili or it has to be red or have spice, but this is also very Korean to me. You know, all the savory, soy saucy flavors here, but then also the lettuce with the sesame oil, and this is an indice of Korean flavor that I want you to try. For this recipe and many more, you can go to nytcooking.com. Should we high five?
Nailed it.
Yeah.